Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing a requested look. One of my subscribers and good friends, Amy, asked that I do the Sandra Bullock makeup from the People magazine cover. So I did my best. I got as close as I could. I did use some pigments and a combination of high-end and drugstore. So if you guys are interested in seeing my take on Sandra's look on People magazine, keep watching, it's coming right up. Okay, what I'm going to start with is a little bit of Painterly Paint Pot. And basically what I'm doing is just putting that underneath my eyebrow area to kind of stamp out the appearance of any veins, or if you have some discolorations. And I'm just concentrating that right underneath the eyebrow. What I'm going to use next is my cream color, or this cream base from LA Splash. This one here, it's the Enlightened, and it's simply referred to as Highlight. And what I'm going to do is use a concealer brush. I'm going to use this one here. I'm going to use a concealer brush, and I'm just going to put some of this base down on my lid. Now in the picture on the magazine cover, it just looks like she has just some shimmery eyeshadow on and really not much else. So just going to put this all over the lid up to the crease. Now if you don't have anything like Enlightened here from LA Splash, you can use Bare Steady Paint Pot from MAC. If you don't have MAC, the e.l.f. line has some great options for you. There's this palette here, you can use a color like that. There's also the shimmer palette. You can use either one of these two colors, or you can even use the white if you like. So those are some options for you if you don't have LA Splash. But LA Splash is really cheap. You can get these at Ulta. They have a nice range of colors as far as like cream bases go. So next what I'm going to do is use another LA Splash product. This is a loose pigment. This is what it looks like. And this one is called Nude Diamonds. I actually bought this because I liked Nude Beach from Bare Minerals. This is what it looks like, and this is a really good dupe for the Bare Minerals. You might not be able to see it, but this is a really nice shimmery loose shadow, and it's perfect for this look because it just looks like all she has on is some shimmer on her lid. That's it. There isn't like any other kind of color or even anything up in the crease area or even above the crease. So I'm going to use this eyeshadow brush here. This is one of the little cheap brushes that I got from Big Lots, and somebody was asking about this brush. These were 60 cents at Big Lots. So what I'm going to do is just place the brush into the shadow, and what I'm doing is I'm just kind of patting it in. I haven't put any concealer on because you will get some fall down with this if you're not careful, but if you use a cream base, this should stick to it nicely. So what I'm doing is just patting this in, and the picture of her, it looks like she has a little bit more sparkle. It looks like the particles might be a little bit bigger, a little more of like a glittery type. I don't have anything like that, but if you're fortunate enough to have Reflex Pearl from MAC, that would be an excellent choice for this look. The picture, it looks like it's just kind of glittery, and there might be just a little bit like a hint of a pink glitter in there as well. So what I decided to do was, I was sent this pigment. It's from MAC, and I believe it's called Kitschmas. It's kind of a pinky color. Mommy Loves Makeup sent this to me, and we did kind of like a little pigment swap. So she sent me this one. So what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of that and put it just right above the lash line. Okay, so the lids are done. What I'm going to do now is, and it doesn't look like, again in her picture, she has any kind of like color underneath her eyebrow, but I'm going to add just a little bit of this color here. This is called Bare. It's from my Stila palette. And actually, you know what I think I'm going to do too, just because I kind of think it needs it. I'm going to take a little bit of Bliss, which is this color here. It's a really nice flesh tone, well, kind of flesh tone for me. It's got a little bit of a pink undertone to it. And what I'm going to do is just very lightly, right in here, apply some of that and blend upward. And I'm not using a whole lot, I'm really tapping most of it off. And if you don't have this color, if you have MAC colors, let's see, grain would be a good color. As a matter of fact, I have my palette sitting here. This color right here would be a nice dupe. It's called Grain. That's what it looks like. If you are a little bit darker, you could go with a color like Arena. That would be a good one to use as well. If you don't have MAC, and let's say you have the Wet n Wild palettes, there is a color in, let's see if I can find it. In the Silent Treatment palette, this one right here would be a good color that you could use if you don't have any of the MAC or Stila colors. That right there could be an option for you. So what I'm going to do now is take Bear, which is that color right there, and these are both matte shades, and I'm just going to run that right underneath the eyebrow. That's it for the eyes, for the shadow. I'm going to go back into my Stila palette and I'm going to use this black. And the reason that I'm using this black is because it's not a really black like even these Wet n Wild palettes. It's not like a super dark black. It's a little bit more of a sheer black, and it's matte. So what I'm going to do is use a push brush for this. This is a push brush, and there's already black on it because I used it for a different look that I just did. This is a push brush, and the bristles are a bit, what is the word that I'm looking for? I've got so much on my mind right now that I can't even think. But it's a little more stiff. So this is good for those of you that have, you know, like hooded eyes and you want a line. This would be good to use. So what you do is you just pat it into whatever black shadow you decide to use, and you just basically get it as close to the lash line as possible, and then you just push it in like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm not flicking it out, I'm not doing any kind of wing, I'm just going to push it in along my lash line, and then I'm also going to push it in along the lower lash line as well. Now what I'm going to do is just lightly, I'm going to take a pencil brush. I'm going to use this one from MAC. This is a 219. If you don't have one of these, Eco Tool sells a really nice one. These are, I think, $5. You can use this. Now, the MAC brush is a little softer, has a little more give than the Eco Tools. This one's a little stiffer, but that'll do the job. So what I'm going to do is just lightly go over that, just to thin it out a bit. Okay, so I'm done lining. What I'm going to do now is curl my lashes and use black mascara. It looks like she's wearing a black mascara. And then also I think what I'm going to do is, it's really hard to tell because in the picture she's really laughing. And it's hard for me to tell if she has anything on her waterline or not. And when I tried to go through the magazine to see other pictures of her, I'm dropping stuff all over the floor. When I tried to go through the magazine to see other pictures of her, it was kind of hard to tell. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put some black on the waterline. Now I'm going to use an eyeliner that is not really black. Like my Essence eyeliner, I think would be too black. I want a more of like a subtle black. So I think I'm going to go for my the Urban Decay 24/7 in 0, because this is black, but it's not as black as like my Essence eyeliner. My Essence eyeliner is probably the blackest eyeliner I've ever seen. So try to go for something that's not super black. Okay, so I went ahead and lined the upper and lower water lines, and then I went ahead and put black mascara on. In the picture it looks like she has black on, so I put black on the upper and lower lashes. Now her cheeks they look kind of pink. I don't know if it's the angle that she's standing, but they look kind of pink to me. So what I'm going to do is use my Physicians Formula Happy Booster blush, and this is in Natural. And I'm just going to use this. I've had this brush forever. It's just a really old blush brush. And what I'm going to do is just tap it in right on the cheeks, right on the top of my cheekbones. I haven't used this blush in a really long time. I kind of went nuts with blush for a while there, so I've got more than I need. So I'm just concentrating the color right on the tops of my cheekbones. I'm not really going below, or, and honestly, it does look like she has some bronzer on, but it's kind of subtle. So there's the cheeks. And her lips in the picture, it just looks like she has gloss on. It doesn't look like she has any lip liner on or anything. I didn't stay true to that. I did line. I used my, actually this is the same combination as my other video. It's the Napolean perdis lip liner in Miami. This is what it looks like. I really like that. A mauve pink. Then I have my coral, or my peach, Revlon Colorburst lipstick in peach, which is a really nice color. And I realize that when you see these two together, they don't look like they go at all. But obviously you can see that they do. And then I have a little bit of my Marcelle Multi-Zebra lip gloss, and that was actually just what was left over from my previous video, and a lot of it had come off. So what I decided to do was, instead of going back over it with a heavier application of this, I used this lip gloss that I have from Essence. It's called Bubble Babe, and I know that it looks yellow, but going on it's not yellow. It just adds a nice like shimmery look to your lips without like adding or taking away any color. So that's it. I did use my Sephora Mineral Foundation beforehand, and then I used my Clarins Mosaic Bronzer. This is what it looks like for those of you that have never seen it. Unfortunately, these aren't available in the United States. They were limited edition. I don't even know if they're still available or not, but Little Miss 40 sent this to me, and I love it. I use it all the time. I don't even touch my other bronzers anymore. Like, I don't use my Hoola or the Palladio. That's the only bronzer that I use. I wanted to show you the brush that I used to put my mineral foundation on with. I use this. It kind of looks like a kabuki brush, but this is actually considered a bronzer brush. I like this because it really, I can really like blend in the mineral foundation with this. You know, like I don't have any spots. It's not heavier in one place than the other. It does a really good job of distributing my mineral foundation, and I really like that. So basically that is it. I hope that you guys like this. Amy, I hope, you know, I got as close as I could. I don't have the exact same colors that they put on her. I wouldn't even know how to begin to find out what they have on her, but like I said, I think her eyes are a lot smaller than mine. Like, she's really like kind of smiling and laughing in this picture on the cover, and her eyes look a little more beady than mine. Of course, if I do that, that's real pretty, right? That's about what her eyes look like in the picture. They're really small. Anyway, so that's it. I'm going to try something here because I've never done this before on a video. Just zooming in on the makeup. Maybe that'll help. You guys can see that better. And then I'll look down. So, I don't know. Hopefully that helped. If you guys like the zooming in thing, let me know. If not, I'll never do it again. So anyway, thank you to Amy for making the request, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.